What's going on, guys? This is Matt Marinoff, Real Estate Recovery Group. Today I have the beautiful Stella. She works with ABA Insurance Agency. You're out of Maywood, New Jersey?
Yes, I'm in New Jersey, Fair Lawn, New Jersey.
That's it, Fair Lawn, New Jersey. Fair Lawn, New Jersey. So I was actually introduced to you 6 months ago or so, actually a little bit longer than that, with the quandary of an insurance policy that I actually had on my own property. I was impressed. I was impressed with the due diligence that you guys did. I know that you are one of the vendors for the Short Sale Boot Camp Expo that we have coming up.
I'm looking forward to it.
Absolutely. Looking forward to meeting you and your husband actually face to face. You know, in this industry, you meet people all the time through the internet, but you never really, most times, have the opportunity to meet them face to face. So I'm pretty excited about that. So I have a little information regarding your bio and who you are, and basically you've been in the country since you're 9 years old. Why don't you tell people a little bit about yourself so they can hear firsthand about who you are and what you're all about?
Sure. So yes, I came to America when I was 9. So my family came to America from Russia. We're refugees and immigrants. My mom, is a hustler from back in Russia. My grandmother used to sell things in the black market during communism, trying to make extra money and running a store. My mom has always gets that from her. I try to learn from my mom, being a hustler, always trying to help people, but yet building a business. So my mom started the agency in 2009, really just out of her home and mainly concentrating on commercial lines. And, it all started from there. Before she knew it, she started a following for the commercial lines, and people started asking for home and auto. So she started to expand. She had an office on River Road in Fair Lawn, which we've since expanded to now we're off of 208 in Fair Lawn. She went from one employee, just herself, to now we have 10 employees, including myself. I joined the agency in 2017. I have a finance background, so I come from a logistics end, operations, moving metal around the country. So it felt fitting that I joined the agency, especially since we specialize in trucking, movers, anything with transportation, we're amazing with. So because I come from the logistics side, I understand the trucking world. Slowly, I got to know the agency. I started doing the commercial lines first, and now I handle commercial and personal lines. So your home, your auto, your umbrella, your boat, which has become popular right now, and motorcycle. And it just made, mostly everything. And because we're family owned and run, it's my mom, my husband, myself, and my brother out of the 10 employees. And we just, we try to find different areas that we're strong in. That way we're not stepping on each other's toes, or, it's hard, being a family. It's hard to separate the family from the business. Like sometimes we'll have dinner on a Friday night. My mom will come to my mother-in-law's house, who makes Friday night dinners a lot of times. And, it's so hard for me to say, Mom, no talking about insurance, during family time, because we'll be eating, we'll be having conversation, and all of a sudden she'll be like, wait, did you bind up policy for X, Y, and Z company, or did you talk to John Smith about his auto policy? Like, Mom, just 1 hour. No insurance talk. And that's the hardest part, being a family agency, is it's like we're always available to each other. We're always trying to build the business, but we need to find ways to step away and be a family. And that's where it's been a little bit of a harder aspect, but we're doing it, one day at a time.
So you guys offer commercial real estate, but you also have residential insurance as well.
Yes. So we handle, so we're an independent agency. So what that means is we have access to so many different companies. For example, especially for commercial lines, we have Liberty Mutual, Travelers, MetLife, and so on. But same thing with personal lines. We have so many companies
Mhm.
that we can shop around for you. The good
Right.
news, we have so many companies we can shop around for you. The bad news is, you know, the commercial that you hear from one of my competitors, in 15 minutes or less, we can save you 15%. Well, it definitely takes more than 15 minutes for us to quote, because we are really trying our best to be as comprehensive as possible. And each company has different discounts. Each company has different strengths and weaknesses, and each company has their own way of quoting the business.
Right.
So it takes time. So if you have a closing that's happening today and you needed insurance straight away, we'll help you. We'll do our best to help you, but you may not be getting the absolute best price and coverage because you haven't given us enough time to process everything. Usually if you're closing and you want truly the best shopping around on your behalf, give us a day or two just to really be comprehensive.
So that's a good question. So let's talk about real estate insurance. For
Mm-hmm.
so let's say I'm a home buyer.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying it normally happens, but every now and then, something's fall between crack. Somebody calls you on a Tuesday, said, "Look, we got a closing on a Friday."
Yep.
Um,
On a Tuesday, you said, right?
yeah, so it's a Tuesday. How confident that you can put an insurance policy in place by that Friday?
Oh, very. And I'm very confident that if they call me on a Tuesday and they have, a specific budget in mind too, as long as it's realistic, we can find ways to make it work for the closing. It's been situations where somebody's financial needs needed the quote to be 1,200, and our quote was, let's say, 1,300. There's ways of increasing certain coverages, decreasing, increasing deductible, decreasing certain coverages for the closing purposes. And then we can, fix the deductible and the
Mhm.
coverage after the closing happens. We work with people to make it easier for them.